Yo, what's up YouTube? James Baek here and welcome back to another week of the WBE. We have a week 6 of the WBE against Magnitude, coach of the Milwaukee Sawsbucks, as we are coach of the Jubilife Piplups. We'll be taking them on. Our current record is 4-1 going into week 6. There are 10 weeks of, I don't know what you call them. It's basically the Swiss style. I don't know, I'm a VTC player, so but we got Magnitude. If you want to go check out his channel, linked in the description down below. But yeah, this is actually probably going to be a tougher one than I anticipated, because when I first was looking at the team, I thought, oh, it's probably an okay matchup. But then when I look at it, I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of complicated. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible, because I feel like every time I've done a team analysis, it's gone for like 20 minutes. I kind of want to cut it down to maybe like 12 maximum. So here we go. If you don't know, our roster of the Jubilife Piplups is going to be Corviknight, Conkeldurr, Rotom Wash, Amoonguss, Umbreon, Rhyperior, Reboot, Exeggutor, Alolan Form, Frostlass, Clefairy, and Oranguru. While okay, that mouse behind me just was kind of bothering me. While our opponent, the Milwaukee Sawsbucks, have Como, Ferrothorn, Reuniclus, Barrascudo, Drapion, Chandelure, Comfey, Mantine, Sandslash, Cinccino, and Manectric. So this is actually a lot harder than I anticipated, because Como is actually a really big threat to me, and I mean a really big threat. So I think Como's going to be the hardest member. I have scouted out a few episodes of the WBE Magnitude has played in. He likes using defensive Como, but I just think that special Como dominates me. Like with Clanger, Soul, maybe Throat Spray, I think it just does so much damage because I don't have reliable switch-ins. Like he has Flamethrower coverage, Aura Spear coverage. You could go for Dragon. You can go for Steel with like Flash Cannon. Like I think he has good options. Even like a Belly Drum set can mess me up, because my only Fairy type really is Clefairy, and doesn't take a +6 well. And if we can get some chip damage on Clefairy, I don't have the best answers to that Como. So this is definitely going to be, I think, one of the tougher weeks that we have. And yeah, I'm actually playing him super early in the WB. I'm playing him on Wednesday when the battle goes up. It's actually Tuesday night when I'm recording this currently. And yeah, glad that we're actually playing early. I actually have quizzes later this week, so kind of glad we're playing early. But I tried to make the best possible roster, and I do think that this is the squad. I think this is the best prep I am going to get. So let's see how it's going to go. We're going to go defensive Corviknight, and the reason I'm going defensive Corviknight is because one, Corviknight's good against Mantine, which is nice, good against Sandslash, good against the Barrascudo potentially because it can Roost Stall, as well as Drapion, and that's the Pokemon I really want this Corviknight to wall, and Cinccino just in case. So I want the Corviknight to be defensive, because I think physically defensive Corviknight, I bring it a lot, but I think it's just, you know, reliable. I think it's just really good. I'm really worried about hazards this game, so I think he's gonna bring Rocks, Ferrothorn. I could see Spikes as well, but I do think Rocks, Ferrothorn is likely coming, or some kind of Spike variant. And yeah, I think hazards is going to be really important, because he does have a lot of because like setting up rocks for offensive Como, I think deadly to me. So I want defog, and I want to set up like Corviknight doesn't beat Como, because even though it's a flying type, Como gets access to fire move. It can get +6. Drain Punch would sweep me potentially. So yeah, I don't think it's worth it to have Corv deal with that Como. I think it's just better to handle the other members, because Corviknight can theoretically wall like 4 potential members. So I think just a defensive Corviknight is just very safe. Leftovers, Iron Head, Defog, Roost, U-Turn for momentum, because I think U-turning is going to be very important in this game to get offensive momentum with like Conkeldurr, which he doesn't have a good switch to. Frostlass, which can hit his team pretty hard as well. Also, if you want to know what my nicknames are based off, they're based off actually one of my favorite isekai anime. It's Mendaji Tachi, or Problem Children Coming from Another World. Great anime, actually. It's actually probably in my top 3. Light Novel is also fantastic, even though it never got official English translation, I believe. So yeah, it's a pretty good anime. Conkeldurr, our next one. Flame Orb, Guts, pretty standard. Drain Punch, knockoff, Bulk Up, and Mach Punch with 212 HP, 236 attack, and 60 special defense. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to go conk this week. I was debating heavily between Guts as well as just like Life Orb, because I think offensive is going to do a lot of work against this team. Like overall, it just like puts on a lot of pressure. I also debated about Salt Vest, but really I just wanted that huge damage output because he doesn't have the best switch into Conk. Like, his best fighting switch in is Comfey if it's defensive, but I could run Poison Jab, so I'm not sure if he's going to hard switch to it. And Chandelure, which doesn't like taking a knockoff. Maybe if it's defensive man time, but he's got to watch out for Thunder Punch. So theoretically, Conk is just like a big wall breaker against his team. And very important for Fairthorn. I really wanted Flame Orb Guts for Fairthorn, I think, overall. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just bring the offensive Conk counter. I think it does really well. And it could potentially, like, you know, the burn could actually help me instead of getting like poison from like T-Spikes or Toxic on the Drapion if he decides to bring it. And yeah, I just think overall it's better. Also, in case Mantine's trying to Scald burn me like in the game. So yeah, I think offensive Conk counter can do a lot of work. Damage wise, just, you know, simple Conk counter just does a lot of damage. Hits really hard, don't really need any speed. I kept debating about a lot of the spreads because I kept changing members when I was making this team. But yeah, I think this Conk counter, again, really good position, I think, as long as like I'm able to keep it healthy in the game and weaken the Reuniclus. So next Pokemon we'll bring is going to be our Frostlass, and the reason I'm bringing Frostlass is because one, soft check to Como if it isn't set up yet, which is the plan really, and two, it kind of like beats a lot of my opponent's Pokemon. Hits Reuniclus really hard, can hit Chandelure if it's not Scarf and outspeed it. Triple Axle can do a decent amount of work to like Sand Slash, for instance, and outspeeds Magnetric, which is kind of nice. So I'm bringing an interesting Frostlass with Expert Bell, Cursed Body, Triple Axle, Poltergeist, Ice Shard, and Spikes. I actually really want to try out the physical set for a while, so you know what? Might as well just experiment now. I think it's like my best option against him. I was debating about bringing Special 2 as reliable as it is, but like I'm really worried about Calm Mind Reuniclus because I know he's brought Calm Mind a lot. To be fair, he's also brought like Max Defense Reuniclus, but I feel like Poltergeist will do more than like a Shadow Ball when the Reuniclus is +1. So yeah, I think like just going to Poltergeist is the right way, and Triple Axle does hit the Como really hard. It allows me to run Ice Shard because Triple Axle into Ice Shard can like pick up some very specific KOs. And I think Ice Shard is just nice because I think priority is really good. Like Conkeldurr and Frostlass can like sweep if I'm able to weaken the Pokemon correctly. And last move, I actually was thinking about Sucker Punch for the Chandelure potentially because of the fact that Chandelure's Scarf could be annoying. But I ended up going with Spikes, and the reason I'm going with Spikes is because I think I can maybe get them off. If like I'm able to prevent hazards and set up Spikes, I think like it just wears down and affects a lot of calc. So I'm like, I could wear down Fairphone, for instance. I can wear down the Como to where I need it to. Like there's just like a bunch of like Pokemon that don't like hazards, and I don't really think he's gonna bring Boots because like my only hazard sets are Frostlass and Rhyperior, and I think Rhyperior is not that great in this game. So Frostlass it is. 36 HP, 252 attack, and 220 speed with Jolly Nature. I debated about going Adamant, but I think outspeeding Magnetric. I don't know if he's gonna bring Scarf Magnetric, but I think he would more likely bring Specs potentially, so I think it's just better to go Jolly just in case, because Magnetric's actually kind of a threat to the team. I don't have the best switch-ins to it. Next is going to be our Rotom Wash. I'm running Choice Scarf Rotom Wash because I think overall Rotom Wash does really well. Again, Chandelure doesn't have the best switch-ins. The best switch-in really is Fairthorn, and if he does go Fairthorn, I could potentially Volt Switch. The only annoying part is Magnetric, because like it's like a 50-50 mind game of whether he like switches into Fairthorn or if he predicts the Volt Switch and tries to go Magnetric, I think. So like that's also a different thing. So I think Choice Scarf Rotom Wash can sweep though if I can get rid of that Magnetric, which is definitely possible, especially if I can lure it in. So I'm gonna go with Choice Scarf, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt, Trick, Volt Switch. Very simple set, just very, very good, I think, against the team. Trick for Fairthorn, just in case I don't need my Choice Scarf later in the game. I can Trick Reuniclus as well, which is a pretty nice. And yeah, I think it can put in work. 44 HP, 252 special attack, 212 speed with a Timid Nature. Outspeed Scarf Chandelure guaranteed by 1 point, and basically just offensive. Again, I'm using Rotom as a really offensive tool in this set. And yeah, really not much to explain about it, just like trying to deal as much damage as possible. Try to sweep with it either late game or maybe like early setup, because Rotom again can do a lot of work to put the Pokemon in range of Mach Punch or Ice Shard, which I think is the plan. Following is Umbreon. So the last two Mons were debated about immensely. I thought about bringing Exeggutor Lola. I thought about bringing like a Moongus. Like these kept changing. I'm honestly just not sure which is the best option. I think overall, like I tried to cover bases on like all his team members. I'm not really the person who will go like, oh, he's gonna bring D6, I'm just gonna play for D6. I always play for like, I'm gonna count when I counter team. I usually go for like all the possibilities and like what I can do to like give me the best shot of winning in case he brings all of them. So, or like any combination of the possibilities he has. So bring the Umbreon, and the reason I'm bringing Umbreon, especially defensive, actually, we're just bringing a really standard leftover synchronized set with like max Badap. This is literally like classic Umbreon. Crunch, Wish, Baton Pass, and Taunt. The reason I am running this Umbreon set is because one, Chandelure and Reuniclus are very scary Pokemon. Like those two Pokemon, very scary switch to. Also Manectric. Manectric is also hard to switch into. So Umbreon's job is to wall hits from Manectric and Chandelure, as well as like Reuniclus potentially, and just draw off some chip damage with Crunch, Wish, and you know, get me momentum with Baton Pass. I brought Taunt in case he like switches into Ferrothorn or Reuniclus and tries to set up. And yeah, basically I like make them waste a turn, and then like I could just Baton Pass out. Wasn't really sure about like the last move as the best option, and I thought like Taunt could give me the best momentum in case Reuniclus can get potentially scary. So yeah, like pretty standard Umbreon, specifically there for the Chandelure. It's my main answer, Chandelure, and my main switch into Manectric as well. This thing's going to be very important to preserve. I feel like if I don't preserve this well, I'm going to be in a rough time, I think. Final Mon, and this Mon slot I debated about a lot. So again, I'm really worried about Clangorous Soul Como with Throat Spray or Belly Drum. I think like a well set up Como just destroys me. So I also wanted another answer to Ferrothorn. So I was debating a lot, like Choice Band Reboot potentially. Unfortunately, Choice Band Reboot doesn't get Zen Headbutt, so I can't even use it to deal with the Como. So you know what? I was like, you know what? I haven't brought Clefairy on this squad yet. And you know what? I'm going to go Clefairy. I'm going to give it a Focus Sash because I'm worried about Poison Jab, Belly Drum potentially on the Como. So I'm like, you know what? If he does bring that, I'm going to bring Focus Sash. And you might be wondering why Focus Sash. And it's because like Clefairy is literally there to handle the Como. And maybe you can chip the Ferrothorn. So you know what? I might as well just go Focus Sash. This also allows me to run max special attack. So like I can destroy the Como with Moonblast guaranteed. Like I don't have to worry about like Como living the Moonblast, even if it's boosted in stats. Like I just fire off the Moonblast, and even if I somehow don't KO, which I really think it's not gonna happen, I just put in Ice Shard range from Frostlass, which is like a good combination regardless in case of that Como. I think Como is scary. Moonblast, Flamethrower, Moonlight, Teleport. Again, I wanted a good Como answer, and this is the Como answer I have. Because it doesn't get affected by rocks or spikes or hazards or like statuses, which is nice because of Magic Guard. So like I'm pretty much always guaranteed to keep the Sash as long as I keep the Clefairy, you know, at full HP, which is really nice. And I have Moonlight to help with the recovery just in case. Teleport can get me momentum because if he tries to go Como and I'm like able to like catch on the Volt Switch or U-turn, go Clef, and I can teleport on the Como because probably not going to set up in that position. So yeah. Bring Teleport, Flamethrower, Moonblast with 236 HP, 252 special attack, and 20 speed with a modest nature. The only reason I'm running a little bit of speed on the Clefairy is just a speed creep. I don't know, Ferrothorn, in case he's not going to run mid speed, or like maybe he runs some speed to outspeed a no investment Clef, which I really doubt he's going to do. But like, you know, it's just good to be safe. I mean, I have a Sash anyway, so like where else am I going to invest it? I don't have to go max speed because I think that's really dumb of a speed creep. So overall, again, Clefairy to deal with the Como. And yeah, I think I'm not exactly too sure. I think this matchup's going to be really tough. I think I have the tools to deal with it though. I just was debating about so much. I was debating about Choice Band Reboot. I was debating about Focus Sash Alolan and Exeggutor actually before too, because I thought Trick Room was actually pretty nice because I could maybe get Alolan and Exeggutor in. I think matchup wise, potentially rough. Like I just really think Como is just a scary Pokemon. If I can check Como, I'll be in a good spot, but I do gotta worry about the other threats. Chandelure can be rough for me if I position wrong. Manectric can be very scary if I position wrong. Heck, even like Barraskewda, he's got actually a lot of good threats, and there is like maybe like Volt Switch and Flip Turn combinations. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be scary regardless, I feel like, because he can get a lot of momentum too, which is the thing. I do have slower momentum though, usually with like U-turn from Corf and the Rotom, the Volt Switch. It depends on the situation. So not sure how this match is gonna go. I'm just gonna try my best and see how it goes. And you know what? That's pretty much all I can say. I think we have a shot. I think I have the tools necessary to win the game. And you know what? excited to bring Clef out. I'm really excited to bring Clef out. I'm hoping it doesn't disappoint. Maybe I could get, I'm hoping for that KO onto Como at least, and maybe a flamethrower onto the Ferroform, which would be really nice to catch off guard. And maybe like, who knows, maybe it's like KOs after I get a little bit of chip on it after switching out. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to be the squad. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below who you think is going to be the MVP of the battle and MVP of the opponent's side. But let me know in the comments down below. But otherwise, we're going to get started with the battle. So we'll be transitioning to the battle right now. Yo, what is up YouTube? JamesWBaek and welcome back to another week of the WBE. We have a week number 6 here. Your boy is currently 4-1 at the moment. At least I'm pretty sure that's the right record. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the record. And yeah, let's have some fun. We got the Milwaukee Sawsbucks coached by Magnitude. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, but we're gonna get started and play this game. Should be exciting. This is gonna be a tough one. I do think this is gonna be a tough one. Let's see what he brought here. I didn't have the right sheet open because I had a sketch going on. Reuniclus, okay. Como, gotta write them down. Maynatric, not surprised. Chandelure, Fairphone, and Barrascuda. Okay, so some interesting stuff right here. Okay, not too surprised about like what is coming out here. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. I really like the Rotom can sweep in endgame if I get rid of Como and Ferroform. Reuniclus could be a problem. What exactly is the weakest member here? I feel like everything's really solid against the team. I think the weakest member, maybe Conkeldurr, because Conkeldurr doesn't break, but Conkeldurr can be very important to deal with that Ferroform. So like, I think the weakest link is actually Corviknight, because like none of the Pokemon I really brought Corviknight to, it like really changes anything. So okay, I'm completely down with this. I think I'm gonna lead Rotom because Rotom can just Volt Switch out against most Pokemon other than the Maynatric, and I can always like try to predict that, go for a Hydro Pump for instance. So I think that's fine. I also have a very specially defensive Umbreon here ready for it. So let's see how this is gonna go. This is gonna be a tough battle. I didn't actually realize how tough this matchup was. Like I looked at the pairings and I thought matchup shouldn't be too bad, but then like when we get into the week, I'm like, wait, this is actually kind of a problem. So we'll see how this goes because I'm not exactly too sure, but you know what we got to do is Ferroform gonna lead. Okay, so Ferroform does lead here. Interesting. I can go Conkeldurr right away, which I feel like is very safe. I could trick the Ferroform too. I wonder if he wants hazards up. I mean, I could also just like reveal that I don't have Volt Switch. Maybe he won't think I'm Scarf, for instance. So you know what? Going hard, I think Conkeldurr is just a fine play, because he could go into Maynatric too. I mean, he also might be worried about Will-O-Wisp potentially, which I really don't think you should be. Maybe Como comes out. We'll see. Actually, Ferroform does double out. Okay, interesting. Maynatric does come out. Okay, that's perfect because I think even if it's specs, it shouldn't matter too much. I could get a very big knockoff right here. And I think a knockoff is pretty good against the team overall. He's probably going to Volt Switch out too. And you know what? I'm fine with Kong taking the damage. If I can get a big knockoff into, let's say, the Chandelure or even the Como, that'd be pretty big. So you know what? Go for the knockoff right here. I really don't think you're going to go Ferroform, but we'll see. Yep, Volt Switch is going to come out. So Maynatric does have Volt Switch. That's not specs. I can tell that. Maybe it's Scarf, potentially. I could definitely see it being potentially Scarf. So that's good to know. Let's see what he's going to bring out next. I'm thinking Como or... Alright, we decede up to this point. So you know what, we're making the same play. I'm going for knockoff, trying to catch the Chandelure, potentially the Como, the item I could grab. So please, come on, let this battle just go on. Please don't be to do the WB, you have to do some kind of workaround system. It's not exactly the best. Como comes out. Okay, so I got a Drain Punched. All right, let's find out your item, what it was. Knockoff. We get rid of leftovers. Oh, it's bulky. I know he likes really bulky, but I really was expecting setup potentially. All right, I'm gonna Drain Punch, I think, because like, what can he do? Body Press? Maybe he's Iron Defense Body Press. I kind of want recovery though, so I think I will just Drain Punch here because it is Guts boosted. Body Press gonna come out. Okay, should be able to tank that. Yeah, tank it. Get a Drain Punch off for a good chip. That's not as much as I was hoping. That's really not as much as I was hoping. Oh, geez. I have to really be careful about the Ferroform potentially. All right. I'm going to go out into my Clef here since it's support on this Como. I'm not really as scared about it. Okay, this might not be going as well. I really thought he would just go offensive this time, but he's body press. Support. Okay. Flamethrower. Okay. How much does this do? Doesn't do too much. Get a burn. That doesn't really change anything. The question is, what do I want to go for here? I think Moonblast is very safe. He doesn't exactly have the best switch-ins other than maybe Chandelure potentially, but since this isn't like support Como, I'm like not really as worried about it as it should be. I think I'm gonna Moonblast here. I'm just gonna Moonblast to Como. Like only Pokemon that can really come out is Chandelure, I think, and I do have Umbreon always as a switch to the Chandelure, which is my designated switch here for it. So we'll see what they decide to go for. Like, Como's already super weakened. Like, it can't wall my Conkeldurr, which is completely fine. I got rid of its item. They're going to set up rocks. Okay, that's fine. I'm able to get rid of Como, which is a nice thing. I can defog the rocks later, I feel like. So that's not too bad. I will get a Moonblast off. Like, the main purpose for the Clefairy was for the Como. So I'll gladly take the Como. So Como goes down. It gets the rocks up. But again, I will defog those away later in the game. So, okay. That's actually really good because it opens up doors for my Frostlass potentially, because I don't have to worry about like setup. Setup Como was, again, I thought like really terrifying against me because I couldn't really like set up against it efficiently, because Clanger's Soul, I thought he would be Throat Spray Clanger's Soul, and that kind of bopped my team. I could have also seen Belly Drum as a potential, but it's just like his support. I was actually watching some of his battles earlier, and yeah, I'm still kind of surprised. This thing comes out. Do I want to go Corv? I think he might be Choice Banded. He could be Choice Banded. The question is, do I want to save this or not? Because Corv is... Actually, what does Corv really do in this matchup? It really doesn't do much here. He could Flip Turn, but like... What does Corv do here? It doesn't do anything. It just defogs. You know what? I'm just going to hard switch into Corv. If he's Choice Banded, we get to find out now. If he's Choice Banded, it's not like the end of the world. But we'll see. I think he will be like Choice Band or Life Orb. But let's see here. I am pretty defensive Corv though, so let's see. Pressure. Flip Turn, okay. He's going back into Manectric. That's not Choice Banded. Okay, so I don't know what kind of Bear Scooter he's running. Alright. Let's Flip Turn. So he's just getting momentum. I wish I kind of teleported out, but I really was afraid of Choice Band right there. Okay. It's not Choice Band. That's good to know. Probably gonna bring out Manectric again. If he brings out Manectric, the problem is he keeps getting this Volt Switch momentum, right? That's like the problem we're having here. At least like he doesn't have a good switch into Reuniclus actually right now. So I'm actually gonna go not Reuniclus. I'm gonna go switch into Umbreon because he doesn't have the best switch-ins for it. I'm like max special defense on this Pokemon specifically to handle the Manectric and the Chandelure. So I will go out into this Pokemon and hopefully it will be able to put in some work. I really do want Defog later. I don't know if he's going to just fire for Thunderbolt now, which is why I kind of just want to go for this play. I do have Wish support too, so Wish support could be really nice in the later parts of this game. Volt Switch is going to come out. I could have read that, but I have no idea what kind of damage this is. It's not Choice Specs. What? Okay. So is none of his team Choice? Because I really thought he would bring some Choice offensive Mons here. But yeah, that doesn't look like Choice. I really wonder if any of these are Scarf, because if they're a Scarf, could be a little bit annoying. We're going to see Bear Scooter come out. I'm sick of this Flip Turn gap right here. I just need to get Conk in, I think. Do I even need Conk for the rest of the game? Ferrothorn's still annoying. Yeah. Should I just go Rotom here? I'm kind of sick of all this switching. Well, he's not Choice Banded, so I don't think Close Combat will KO me, actually. You know what? I'm gonna wish. I'm gonna wish. Go for the Close Combat. You did go for Close Combat. Okay. Oh, that was really bad by me. I didn't actually think that would KO either. Oh, that's really bad. I am definitely off my game. The Flip Turn momentum is getting me kind of crazy right here. All right, we go Rotom, and I'm going to Volt Switch out. Maybe I should defog to get rid of rocks, but you know what? We'll Volt Switch out. Bring out something. Oh, that Chandelure is going to be so much more problematic, as well as the Reuniclus. We're gonna see the switch. Oh wait, they just go Manetric. I'm so off my game right now. I'm so off my game. Dang it. Who am I sacking? Oh, this is really bad. I think I have to sack Clef. Yeah, I think I have to sack Clef. Why did I forget they could go Manetric? Why didn't I just Hydro Pump? Oh. Very unfortunate by me. Very unfortunate. I'm just like really like off my game right now. Bring in the Clef. Volt Switch gonna come out. All right. So he's just Volt turning around. He knocks on my Clef, so I do get momentum here depending on who he brings out. If he brings out Barrascuda, will I go for Hydro Pump again? This fast turn is actually really messing me up. Maybe I should have brought a Moongus to pivot around, but I didn't think... The problem with a Moongus, I really thought the Como was going to be too problematic. Okay, Reuniclus comes out. Interesting. So I do kind of actually want to go Corv here, and I do want to Defog. Because I really want to get rid of these hazards. I don't think the Fairfront will have rocks, so I might as well just go Corv and Defog. Because like these rocks are just doing way too much pressure to me. Like it's insane. So I will go for the Defog right here. If it's... I don't know what kind of set this Umbreon is. I mean this Reuniclus is. But if it's the Iron Defense Calm Mindset, that's a very big problem. But we'll see. Oh, Thunder. And he misses. That's actually really good for us. Okay. Oh boy, that's a lucky Thunder miss. We'll take it. Wow. I'm so off my game, dude. So off. I don't know why. I apologize. I'm going to go for U-turn. I'm going to try to win this game. Definitely possible, though. U-turn going to come out. Does an okay chip. I really don't know what Scarf User he has potentially. I feel like that this is going to be long-term. I'm going to lose because like I just can't see the win right now. I'm going to bring out the Frostlass here as they do go for Calm Mind here. Okay, I am physical with my Frostlass this time, and I do have Expert Belt. I think Poltergeist should knock out the Reuniclus. I don't know what item you are, though, but I'm just going to go for it. Might as well. I'm kind of down right now. I kind of need some kind of momentum. And Poltergeist hits pretty hard against most of the team. Yeah, they don't have exactly a good switch into Poltergeist, other than Fairfront. Fairfront's the only switch. Poltergeist. Cobra Berry. Okay, so it's a Dark Berry. So this should knock out the Reuniclus. Oh, just barely. Side Shot gonna come out. Does that pick up the knockout? It's not Life Orb. Okay, it doesn't. Whew, alright. I reveal Ice Shard. Or do I just prevent him from potentially switching? You know what? I'm just gonna Ice Shard. Ice Shard, I get rid of Reuniclus, which is kind of nice. I mean, this is still pretty problematic because I'm trying to figure out how do I get myself into a position in the end game where I can maybe win with Conk, maybe Mach Punching through. I don't know. This is looking really rough. Ice Shard comes down to Reuniclus, picks up the knockout. All right, so we got rid of that set. I just was really not expecting the defensive Pokemon here. We're gonna see this come out. I give him momentum because he's just gonna flip turn. I could go Rotom again because like I can force a Hydro Pump situation, or I could bring maybe force in Ferrothorn because I know he's just gonna go for the flip turn again. I just don't see a reason not to, and then he's gonna flip turn to Manetric if I go Corv. So I might as well just go Rotom. Yeah, I think I might as well just go Rotom. And I think if they go Ferrothorn, I have to make a read of whether they double back into Manetric or if I can actually get a Hydro Pump off. Yep, flip turn. I think I will go for Hydro Pump potentially. Yeah, I'll risk the Hydro Pump. Because like if they stay in with Ferrothorn and knock on my Rotom, I get a big Drain Punch off. And Drain Punch actually could like be a saving grace here. Because like his resistances... Oh, Chandelure is still a Pokemon. God dang it. Should be Ferrothorn, I think. I don't think you go... Yeah, I don't think you go Manetric here. The Ferrothorn comes out... I think Manetric's really good as a double right here. Because, like, you catch Corv if I switch into Corv, which is a very safe play. You also catch Conk, potentially. I'm gonna Hydro Pump this time. I might be like playing into his head though. He might be getting in my head more like it. Oh boy, let's see. Am I able to get this off? Because my Conk's low, so he might just Seed Bomb here. He did. Don't even get the damage off, which sucks. Here comes a Leech Seed. Okay, that's not too bad. I really thought he would just go out into... All right. I'm surprised Leech Seed was his play, if anything. Maybe he doesn't have a Grass move? I don't know. Should I go into Conk now? Maybe Conk now on a knockoff, potentially, if he has it. Oh, I wish I went Conk now. I had to call these. That's the problem. I do have to call these. I really want to call the Chandelure, though. If I'm able to get Conk in safely, I do... Wait. Conk was my only answer to Pharaoh. Why am I risking on a Grass move here? They might Leech Seed again, though. They might Leech Seed again, which I could see. It would be a fair play. I'm going to bring out Conk. Let's see. Okay, I lose. I lose. I can't beat Pharaoh. Oh. I played this week so bad. I do apologize. Like, this was really bad. He played really well, though. But I do think I made some really poor mistakes. Like, letting my Fang get close combat was a bad play. But he was having so much flip turn momentum. That was basically, I think, impossible for me to win at the rate I was going at. Yeah. Can I even do anything? Maybe a Frostlass. I don't know, like, what my win con is here. I think I gotta hope for, like, triple Axle doing way too much to the Ferrothorn. Yeah, it's, like, looking pretty bad. I'm gonna triple Axle right here. I don't think it's gonna do much to Ferrothorn, though. I prepped too much. Well, I think prep was fine. I think my mons were fine. I think it's just, like, the plays that I made were really poor. Triple Axle. Wait. That gets affected by Iron Barbs? I actually didn't know. I mean, it's a physical move, but I didn't think it actually made contact. Oh, man. It did have knockoff, too. I was hoping it would go for knockoff that one turn. All right. I can't do anything, can I? Like, I could stall for differential, but is that even, like, worth it there? Yeah, because he just Leech Seed stalls. Yeah. Oh. Alright. I think I know what I did wrong. The problem was, I think overall, the flip full turn momentum was crazy. Like, how was I beating that? I didn't bring a Moongus, which kind of was like a downfall. The reason I didn't bring a Moongus is, one, I thought it was going to be like some kind of sub Clanger Soul Como, or maybe sub Belly Drum, which I thought was like going to be too problematic. What can I do here? Can I do anything? Maybe a Hydro Pump, maybe a Thunderbolt trick. I mean, maybe I can bring the differential down if I keep turning, but it's very unlikely. I don't even have Iron Defense on Corv. Like, I was trying to think of, like, how am I breaking through so I can make the differential different. But, like, at this point, I don't think it's good. All right. Corv. Leech Seed, but yeah. I mean, I'm just going to let Corv go down at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I 100% lose to Ferrothorn. Actually, if I tricked, maybe this was actually doable. Yeah, if I tricked, maybe it was actually doable. I mean, as doable, I mean, it wasn't doable, but, like, at least it would be like, oh, maybe I could, like, force a switch and maybe he has to sack for a differential. But yeah, really well prepped from him, though. I just didn't... One, I didn't realize how bulky Como was on the defensive department. I know that Iron Defense or, like, defensive Como is a thing in singles, but I didn't think it would be that problematic for me to deal with. Two, the Volturn was way more annoying, and just Barrascuda doing that damage to Umbreon. Like, what the heck? It didn't do anything to Corv. I know I'm like full special defense Umbreon, but I still think that's kind of insane how that took like how how much I took from that. Like close combat 75, and that wasn't choice banded. If that's choice banded, I'll be mad at myself because I don't think the calc was it. I mean, I think he should just be clicking knockoff or something here. Let me see. 50. I mean, we're playing for differential at this rate, and even then, it's like really bad. Let me see. Barraskewda, close combat to Umbreon. Body press too. Okay. It actually knocks out the Rotom? Oh, it crit. Okay. I mean, doesn't really matter at this point. Wait, what is this damage? $66 to $78. So unless he's E-Belt, which I could believe he's E-Belt. If he's not E-Belt and he's not max attack, it's a roll. Well, max attack is a roll. But even then, like even if it's a roll, like I have a really low Umbreon at that point. I was at 75, right? I'm pretty sure I was. Maybe a little bit above that. But yeah. Yeah, just a tough week. Very well played from him. Really poor played from me. I gotta figure out like... Alright, so I think I figured out like... Alright. Alright, so it's the next day. I ended up sleeping because of the fact that we did battle at night and it took us a little bit to get the battle. But overall, I was able to look back at the match. I am able to see, and I have seen that, my God, I played awful. Like, I realized all the mistakes that I made, and I think I did probably not the best prep work I could have done. I think it was like okay though. Like, I think we could have definitely won. I think we had the resources, but overall, I think like just a combination of factors after looking back at it. So I think like one, I got overwhelmed by flip turn and volt switch. I kind of thought it might be a bit problematic, but I didn't think it'd be that problematic, especially since he got me on the mind game with Umbreon. And I think the rocks on Como kind of messed me up because like I thought if he was going to get rocks up, it was going to be with Ferrothorn. So I think the combination of like Como getting up rocks, which was a little bit unexpected for me, because I really was like thinking, oh, he's going to bring an offensive Como, like a setup Como, in order to like destroy me, because again, I thought it was really good against my team. But I think he just went with the Stealth Rocks Como as an answer to my Conkeldurr, and it just as a comfort pick overall. So yeah, I mean, it didn't end up working. I probably should have been calking when I went for Drain Punch. Really bad mistake, by the way. That Drain Punch was awful. I should have like just hard went into Clef. As if I kept Conkeldurr healthy, the game was a lot more doable. But since Conkeldurr took damage, yeah, it ended up being tricky. He also got like a lot of the plays right on the switches, like the volts, like catching that volt switch that one time. Like the first time I was able to get it because I was able to get the double, but afterward he kind of like called everything basically, and really well done on his part. He played fantastic in that one. I think I did mess up a lot though. Like sacking Umbreon was really bad. Not getting rid of the rocks earlier. I should have went with my gut that he was going to volt switch with the main Nitric that one turn with Corv. And I probably should have calced the volt switch and seen if I could live it, because I'm pretty sure I would have lived at the range I was at, and then get the defog off, or at least a Roost. And I think Roost was always the play there, because then he goes Chandelure. But I mean, still regardless, I think the combination, like it wasn't just one mistake that screwed me over. It was like multiple on a turn. He got me really good on the mind games too. And I think overall, like it was just like a bunch of bad plays overall. Like I realized like how poorly I played. Especially with my Conkeldurr. I kind of disrespected the Manectric and the Barraskewda flip turn momentum. Also that close comment from the Barraskewda, man. That Barraskewda. I didn't expect it to actually Oko my Umbreon. I know I didn't have any defense, but still, like it wasn't choice banded or life orb, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll survive. I don't know if he actually ran expert belt or if he just got like a high roll, because based on the calc I did, the rolls, it did seem like a roll, like a really unlikely chance. But I think overall I would have lost that part anyway, because like Umbreon would have been too low, and I can't like stall out the wish because I don't have protect on the Umbreon. So I don't think that would change anything regardless. But like still, I'm not exactly too sure. Like overall, like even if I made the Conkeldurr, like preserve the Conkeldurr, it would have been a lot better though. preserving the Conkeldurr was definitely a mistake, and I think just like getting the not respecting the Volt turn momentum immensely. Maybe I could have brought the Rhyperior. I'm not sure where I would squeeze it though, and I might have not needed core of that game. Looking back at it, the prep was bringing core for Pokemon that I felt like overall Rhyperior could have actually handled better potentially. Like other than like maybe the Barraskewda, I think core could have actually like not been brought. Because like, yeah, it helps with Comfey, but like when I look back at it, what does Comfey do in the matchup against me? I have an Amoonguss, I have a Cinderace. I just have like so many Pokemon to just deal with Comfey. I'm like, why would he bring Comfey? And why was I scared of it? Because I actually was bringing core for Comfey, Drapion, and Sandslash as well. But I think overall I could have actually handled it better with maybe Rhyperior. So that was a little bit of a miss error on my prep, but very well played to Magnitude. Go check him out. And I do realize all my mistakes. And you know what? I'm still learning. I think this was a great setback because I learned with a loss. I get to do better, and hopefully I get to bring it back. I mean, we're not really that bad in a position right now for playoffs. We're currently 4-2 as our record. We have 4 more weeks, which means I probably have to win 3 out of 4, I think, in order to guarantee make playoffs. Maybe I can make it at X4, but I have no idea how like the standings work. I think it's top 8 out of the 16. I don't know what the record needs, but I'm pretty sure that if we do win 3 out of 4, it can be nice. Envy is going to be a tough opponent though. I do face Envy. I did dodge Joey, but like everyone else is like a very skilled singles battler here. So obviously I am, you know, of course, under the radar, but of course I will be fighting. I will be learning. I will be getting stronger, and I hope that I won't be disappointing you. So next time we will be going week 7. I want vengeance. I am coming back swing. I hope that Magnitude makes it through to the playoffs, and I want my revenge match. I want vengeance, but only time will tell. Hopefully we can make playoffs. I do apologize again. I do not think I played the best. Well played to Magnitude though. He played fantastic, and you know what? We will be trying to make that comeback. I will be getting better. Mark my words. But until then, of course, you could go check out Magnitude stuff down below in the description. You could go check out my content. Again, I'm mainly a VGC battler, but I'm having a lot of fun in the WBE. Even after the loss, like after I lost, felt of course kind of bad, especially with the way I played. But after I slept on it and then like look back at the battle, I'm like, okay, this is what I can do better. And like I realized my mistakes right away, and it's been so much fun playing the WB. I am enjoying it, playing the WB immensely, and I will hope that I can, you know, make up for this fatal error that I did in this week and make it up in for some more exciting games the upcoming week. So have a great day, people, and until we battle again, I'll catch y'all later.